Yo!
Finally. So Josh and I spoke, and fucking over Bloom has been a long-standing project.
You know, I wasn't too sure about Watch Dogs 2's new look when Ubisoft revealed it just before E3, but since then I think it's kind of grown on me, especially now that I've had a chance to play it. The original game was a bit too serious, too dour, and where I felt that this was maybe taking things too far in the opposite direction, it's really helping it to avoid fall into that same overly serious trap. And it could so easily have done so. Marcus is a young African-American, he's wrongly labelled as a criminal by Bloom CTOS, and with everything that's going on with race and policing in America right now, Ubisoft have had to make sure that, yes, it's lighting a fuse, but it's a fuse to a cartoon stick of dynamite as opposed to a real one. This game's there to lampoon and make fun of the real world, and in that regard, you can probably see that it's taking a leaf out of GTA 5's playbook, but that's no bad thing. So Marcus winds up joining DedSec, and they're a bit of an odd bunch. There's a few hacker stereotypes that get played up to, and one of the most eye-catching characters is called The Wrench. He's this mysterious guy who's decked out in spiky biker leathers and with an LED display for a mask. How he sees where he's going, I have absolutely no idea. Sitara gets the honour of being the only woman in this group, as well as the ignominious position of being the only non-hacker in the group. Instead, she's a graphic designer, being the person behind all of the group's over-the-top videos and the distorted graphics that they hide behind. Sorry Ubisoft, but at first glance this kind of feels like a step back from Watch Dogs, where one of the key characters, one of the main hackers, the best hacker in the game, was a woman. What helps the game have a less serious tone is that these are all in their late teens and 20s, it seems. The ADHD generation, or the millennials if you want to call them that. They also need more and more processing power in order to go after Bloom, and that means constructing an elaborate botnet of sorts, another hot topic in the modern world. Instead of just putting a virus out on the internet, they're going the more virtuous route of getting people to voluntarily download the app and contribute their processing power. How do you get people to do that? Well, you need to grab their attention, and you do this by performing more and more outlandish hacks and publicity stunts. So there's a mission where you humiliate a pharmaceutical CEO who's been extorting people with ever higher and higher drug costs. Another touchstone to the modern world. And another episode and chapter plays on Knight Rider with a TV show called Cyber Driver, where DedSec decide to steal the show's car and go on a firework-laden joyride. It might be less current, but it's still referencing the real world in a fun and somewhat cheesy way. San Francisco is a gorgeous and fitting backdrop to all of this. The game's much more light-hearted than the original, and having a prettier, more vibrantly colourful backdrop to the game is perfect for it. Of course, the less said about the double denim shorts and waistcoat that I put Marcus in, the better. The original gameplay is still very much Watch Dogs though, it's just that it's been taken that little bit further. Hacking on the fly by looking at something and holding a shoulder button now gives you more options over what to do. You can hack a junction box to make it blow up there and then, of course, but you can also have it so that it triggers when someone comes by, and also set it to make a noise to attract a guard, effectively creating a booby trap from a distance. Similarly, you can then hack a car to make it stop, go, turn left and right, which is fantastically useful when chasing someone or when you're on the run. You're just as able to play the game stealthily, if not more so. I in fact managed to complete missions without setting foot inside the building, just by hopping from camera to hack things, and then backing this up by being able to use the little jumper drone to roll in, get to the objective for the physical touch. That said, Marcus can still get his hands dirty. He's got all of the parkour skills that you'd expect of a Ubisoft game, and he goes into melee with a billiard ball on a chain for fast and quite brutal attacks. But if you want guns, which to be honest can be quite useful at times, you can just head to DedSec's basement and print something off using a 3D printer. You've got plenty of options, whether it's a machine gun, a sniper rifle, or something more subtle like a knockout grenade launcher. Multiplayer is also in the game, with the returning online invasions, as well as a new bounty hunter mode in which one or two hackers try to avoid a police chase, which is being assisted by other online players. But for me, it's all about the co-op. Sadly, you can't do story missions cooperatively, I don't think, but there are plenty of co-op missions dotted around the world. We failed time and time again trying to complete this one level, but just about managed to do it in the end once we got our act together and played stealthily. And of course, when things do go completely wrong, it's still a lot of fun to hop into a car together, the cars handle really quite nicely in this game now, and blaze off into the distance running away from the cops whilst one of you is sort of like facing the other way and shooting behind or hacking things on the fly. So yeah, Watch Dogs 2 can look pretty dumb at times, but as long as you can get past the silliness, past the kind of script kiddie mentality, there's a pretty good game there that takes the original's gameplay and builds on it in some clever ways. As ever, thanks for watching this video, but we've got plenty more that have gone up in recent times, so do the liking thing, do the subscribing thing, and do the visiting us on the 6thAxis.com thing, and I hope you'll join us again soon. Goodbye!